heard that everybody was at Kris Jenner's party, and it looks like the government down is going to come to an end. And Outkast finally gets their recognition. This and so much more on Another Mother, episode 42.
Doop, doop.
Create sin.
Create
I
dopamine.
create sin.
Create dopamine.
Create sin.
Create
I
dopamine.
create sin.
I create dopamine.
Be another mother. Poddio. Hey.
Another mother. Audio. Hey.
Be another mother. Poddio. Hey.
Another mother. Audio. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Shut up. Get your coffee, get your tea, and get your love.
I actually have tea today. Shut up. Don't think I'll let you get away with that. Number one.
Anyway, my name is Lisa Renee, and this is my co-host.
Ant Wild.
And he's from 916
Sack Town.
And we another mother patio.
Hey.
Guys, we are so excited to celebrate with you today. Not only is it Friday, but it's Aunt Wow and Al's birthday.
Hey.
Come on.
Hey.
Do the birthday dance, y'all. Hey,
Boom, 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 boom.
Do the birthday dance,
Go
y'all.
shout it.
Hey,
It's your birthday. And we gonna party like it's your
It's your
birthday. We
birthday.
got it like it's your
It's your
birthday.
birthday.
We do give
We
up.
don't give up
It's our
because it's
birthday.
your
Hey, bam,
birthday.
bam, boom, boom, bam,
Do your
bam,
Friday dance.
bam, 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 boom,
Do your Friday dance.
bam, 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 bam.
I wish he would shut up with a name.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up, shut up. We are such music people. If y'all didn't catch that. Now, you guys are probably saying both of y'all birthday? Yeah.
Literally.
Y'all didn't catch it? Another mother. This is like my brother with another mother, and we are born on the same day. So, Aunt Wow, tell the people, what are you looking for in your, first of all, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you. I want to
Hey,
wish
it's the
you,
best birthday around.
hey, I want to wish you the best.
And we giving y'all the birthday today. It actually was yesterday, 11/13, but today is my sister's birthday, Candace Ann. Happy
Candace
birthday.
Ann, happy
11/14, you know what I'm
birthday.
saying? Uh,
So,
but
Aunt Wow, yeah. So, first of all, let me say, I wish you the best year ever. Y'all know you
man,
got a lot of great things coming up your way that we cannot announce. So, I already know the year is going to be amazing. But I truly hope that everything your heart desires, you get in your new year. All right. So, what you looking forward to in your birthday?
uh, a fact that we made it to another birthday. That's number.
Boring.
Well, listen, that's number one. These are very reflective times.
Yeah. Goodness.
Birthdays, holidays, for me personally, I'm talking about for me. Birthdays, holidays for me, they've kind of taken a little, it's still grateful, it's all the things, but it's kind
Yeah.
of taken a little bit of it's just different than
Right.
the birthdays and holidays that I've been used to my whole life. It's just completely
Yeah.
different. A lot of family dynamic changes. So,
Yeah.
it's a lot more reflection than there's always reflection, but there's always some sort of turn up, which there will be. I mean, I'm gonna do my thing, but it's like
Right.
it's a reflection. So literally, hey, listen, a lot of people ain't making it here. You know what I'm saying? A
Mhm.
lot of people ain't making it here. So
Yeah, that's true.
grateful for that and excited, just excited
Hey,
about, what I'm saying, what's to come. You know what I'm saying? Excited
absolutely.
about what's to come and representing this Scorpio fashion the best way we can. Um, just doing it the best way we can. And so I
Absolutely.
want to say to you, happy, 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 happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you for being one of the best parts of life, one of the best people to ever walk planet Earth. I am honored to share this day of birth with you. Um, like you said, I have stuff coming, you have stuff coming, and we all know the forces are joined. So I am super beyond excited for everybody to witness the greatness that you will provide. And just thank you for being you. So what do
Oh,
you
thanks.
have since mine was so boring? What you doing? What you
Well,
got going for your
well, first,
birthday, for our
okay.
birthday?
So, guys, I am drinking throat coat tea. I am not feeling well. I'm in Miami, but you would think that I'm in Washington, D.C. because it is cold as all get out. And so I'm out here at a convention for Inside Success TV. If you guys didn't see the post on me with the red carpet, this is a
Mm-hmm.
wonderful event. It is the best
Dope.
way I could be spending my birthday, learning and growing. And as you guys know, I will be filming with the network, and that will drop next year in spring. And so we're just gearing up, learning a lot of tools to press forward the show from a marketing standpoint so that it can be great. You guys know what's coming. Obviously, buckle your seatbelts is coming also. Excuse me, in 2026. So just working on those things, rubbing elbows with all the who's, because if it's one thing I can tell you, hang around people that know more than you
Facts.
so that you can learn from them
Facts.
and you can be able to grow. And so that's so important. And so I'm just looking forward to an amazing year. Amazing from a business standpoint, doing buckle your seatbelts again, but also being booked and traveling all over the world. Aunt Wow and I to a city or state near you if you're having an event or you just want an amazing show that is dedicated to the loss of passengers as well as people who work in aviation, really reach out to me on officiallyserene.org and book our show, Buckle Your Seatbelts. Many flight attendant stories are not told, and it's important for me to tell those stories. And so it's got singing, dancing, rapping. It's very, very fun, and I believe you'll get a lot out of it, guys. But also, don't forget if you would to like, comment, subscribe, or share. It really does help get our show actually out in the algorithm. So, guys, enough. That's what I'm going to do in my new year. Hopefully, you guys will drop a happy birthday to us in the comments. We definitely appreciate it. But now let's come up with Aunt WEEZA Sports.
So my sports is actually kind of interesting today. I don't have it. Well, listen, I know you guys are probably, we'll do a little bit of NFL. We got blasted again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
DMV, football wise, is not standing up. Well, part of the DMV is, but which is the Ravens, but the Skins is not. The Skins are the Commanders right now. When the Skins ain't winning, I call them the Commanders because everybody knows I hate that name for my favorite team. I don't want to use the word hate. I don't want to use the word hate. I highly dislike that name. So we got blasted. So go ahead, pause. So go ahead, let us know because I'm always bragging when we win, and we definitely aren't winning now. There's a lot we need to fix. But I have an interesting take because I saw an article and I agree with it because I was talking to a good friend of mine today. Because as we all know, NBA is underway, and actually the ratings overall have been good since they've gotten back to NBC. We got Inside the NBA's, which is the best sports show out there on any sport level. All the other sports shows that you see, Major League Baseball has a really good one. Everybody knows the NFL has great sports shows. But the format and the camaraderie that is built around these shows is around Inside the NBA because that is the creme de la creme. You get real live basketball knowledge with personality, Emmy Award winning stuff from Ernie Johnson, who's literally one of the GOATs in this field. So you have that. And the NBA probably has the biggest superstars, the biggest names. The problem is with this load management and a lot of the people not playing, you have this sentiment that everybody's not getting what they want to come see. There's so many people that are out all the time. And I don't know what it is. So I actually would like to, one of my little passion projects is I want to get with like sports scientists or doctors or something like that. And I want to go down the line of what is happening. Is it load management or is the injuries? What is actually happening? Because in the days of basketball that we all grew up in, those of us that are a little bit more evolved in life, everybody played. Like Michael Jordan played 82 full season like 9 times. Like, and I know that they say because of the style of play, because the NBA is faster now and all that kind of stuff, that wear and tear over time can contribute, which, okay, I can buy that. But we, the people are coming to see the people play. And as a huge NBA fan and ambassador, um, that has to be addressed. We got to get, because when NBA is played at the highest level, it is the most compelling. Uh, in a lot of ways. Obviously, we saw super compelling drama in baseball with the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. Shout out to both teams because you delivered phenomenal, phenomenal results from a product standpoint. The NFL always delivers. Let's start there. It just always delivers because the parity, you have 17 games. Each week matters so much. So the stakes are always really high. And the plug and play about it is a lot different. When a key player is down in the NFL, somebody else can step in and step up because the time span, the career span is not as long. You can always catch somebody as they're emerging, and then they can have a 2, 3 year run, and then they could be up out of here and you never hear from them again. But that's what makes the parity in the NFL what it is. We saw last year in the playoffs with the NBA. When they're balling, it is drama. It's compelling. People are tuned in. But we got to have people on the floor. We got to have the stars on the floor that make the league marketable. So my plea is for everybody in the NBA. I know injuries happen. I know this and that and the third, but I really think there needs to be a study that is happening now to determine why the injury rate is a lot higher now than it ever has been
Mhm.
and what needs to happen to fix that because people are coming to see the stars and a lot of times the stars ain't on the floor. So that's my take. It's a little different one today, but that's been a glowing conversation, not only in certain parts of the media, but even amongst me and my sports compadres. And so that's just kind of something I wanted to, hey, hopefully this gets to somebody and they say, hey, look, another mother, they was talking about this because we'd love to have you on. That's a subject I would love to dive in deep as far as pause, as far as the sports science of it all and what is contributing to this. So that is my sports for the day. But we're gonna go with the health portions as somebody
Yes.
who's trying to tend to the health. But melons, I like melons because Lord knows I like melons. So
No.
I
So,
love
guys, I'm kind
melons.
of
You
sick.
know what I'm
I'm
saying?
sorry. I was taking some medicine. You so ignorant. Talk about the real melons, not the melons you're talking.
Those are real melons. Those things is healthy. They make you feel warm and satisfied. Hey, listen, I love me some melon. But but I really love all melons. I love chocolate melons, vanilla melons. I love those melons, Latina melons, Asian melons,
Only melons
those
you like
melons.
is
But
Geneva
I
melons.
also
So let's
love
focus on
watermelon,
that, buddy.
honeydew, cantaloupe. So my favorite thing is like when you go to the store, I literally just went because they got to buy one, get one free at whatever. It's Pavilions or Vons or Safeway or whatever.
Oh,
um, they got the buy one, they got buy two get one free. So I try and get the mix with literally the watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe. And when you got like the sweets, oh man, like when you get a good pick of those are good.
yes.
And the benefit. So it's the guilty pleasure. Like we've talked about this with sweets. I've been trying to, we always digress and relapse, but
Right.
I try and buy the fruits, especially the good fruits, because when I'm feeling like a sweet treat, instead of going there, you can give a guilty pleasure of being able to go get some watermelon or some cantaloupe or some honeydew and really be able to indulge in your sweet fetish and really have all these benefits, i.e., hydration. So, watermelon is huge for hydration, huge for hydration. Honeydew and cantaloupe is too, but like watermelon, that's why you always see like at sporting events, they got watermelon like on the side because the watermelon is huge for hydration. So the
Mhm.
hydration, and then what do we know? Me and Lisa have talked about this. With hydration, what happens? Your skin pops, you glow, you look better, your teeth look better. You don't have the body odor because your body's hydrated and it's able to exercise the way your body circulates a lot better. Antioxidants, which help with getting sick, illnesses, things of that nature. So antioxidants are huge, huge, huge benefit. They're huge for your immune system to keep you strong, to keep you
Mhm.
vibrant, all those good kinds of things. Heart health. So especially in this day and age when we are not as aware of a lot of stuff that's going in our body, we need to
Hmm.
really, really be cognizant of how the heart health can assist in this situation. Heart health, as we know, it helps with, blood flow, blood flow helps in a lot of places. So blood flow,
You
obviously
know,
diabetes.
he's so
Uh,
ignorant tonight, guys. I apologize. That's all I gotta say. For any kids, I apologize. Keep going.
I did well. Heart health is. I mean, it's true. I mean, it helps with it helps.
We should be
Uh,
talking to grown people, so I hope
the
grown
grown
folks
people.
will
Hey,
listen.
listen. Hey, everybody. Blood flow is crucial. Eye health. So you see Lisa Renee. Well, she got the stunning glasses on, but it is good for eye health. Yeah, that's why we used to. That was one of my mom's. What do they call them? Urban legends. If you don't eat your fruit, your eyes is gonna go bad. That was one of those as a kid. One of the scare tactics. That's the phrase I was looking for. Scare tactics to get you to eat your fruit
Hmm.
was the eye health, bone health. So calcium obviously is good for bone health, but the melons are really good for bone health. Bone health keeps you strong. It makes your bones strong. It's not as easy to break. It's not as easy to get injured. It helps prevent all those kinds of things. I
Right.
said immune function, so antioxidant and immune function, those kind of go hand in hand. And then skin health. Again, hydration kind of goes in this. It helps with the
Hmm.
skin health. It makes your skin look glowy. It looks clean and smooth. You're not all dry. You're sparkling. You're glowing. So when people look at you and you smile, they respond.
Yeah.
So melons are enormous. They
Our
are
enormous
enormous.
pause.
A lot of health benefits. We all need melon.
I will never let him teach this segment ever again. Continue.
That's it for melons. Do you have anything to say about melons?
No, guys, but just bear with me this week. That's why he and I were born on the same day. He knows when to jump in. He could tell that I wasn't feeling well. And so he went on and did the health. And that's the type of partner you need because sometimes you are going to be weak and you are going to need somebody who knows you well enough to jump in there. And I mean, he killed it. I mean, he did absolutely well, guys. So let's get into trending topics. Ooh, child, honey, y'all going off on my girl, Mariah and Beyonce. Y'all say, let me tell you something. Are
They be
y'all
getting
tone
they
deaf
be
right
getting
now? Do
roasted.
y'all not see people ain't getting paid? You understand what I'm saying? Do y'all not know what's going on? So let's talk about Mariah and her, commercial, which I actually like the commercial. I thought it was super Mariah. And I, just being a fan of hers so many years, I don't know what y'all thought she was going to do differently. And here's the thing. These other people are going to brand their stuff. Why can't our people brand theirs?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Why
mm.
can't Beyonce and Mariah and whomever brand their stuff? And I know people talked about Kylie Jenner. Everyone else is branding their stuff. And some people, despite I know TikTok going crazy about the blackout and people are not going to shop and all that, as much as you think everybody is on your same page, I'm here to tell you, no, you're wrong. I went to the mall this weekend. It was packed.
Yeah.
There are people still shopping, not thinking about TikTok, still doing the daggone thing. So why should other people benefit from those things when Beyonce and Mariah can provide us things that we like? The one thing I did like with Beyonce is that she did listen to her people. Blue Ivy is the manager, okay, with the little hoodie, too cute. I love the little robe and stuff like that. I don't know if things are sold out yet. I may have to get me, something, but I got a lot of business things going on, and so my money is really, really being utilized in investing right now. But I don't see anything wrong with it, Aunt Weezy. What do you think?
Well, the Mariah commercial, after I heard like the backlash first, even before
Hmm.
this, you just kind of hear stuff. And I didn't
Right,
really watch the commercial. Then I
right.
watched the commercial.
Hmm.
Then I paid attention to the backlash, and I'm like, okay, I guess I can get it. The tone deaf nature of it all, I guess I can get it. It didn't, and this is user error. I will blame this on me.
Hmm.
It didn't really stand out the way that the backlash had presented it when I first watched it. And I'll blame
Hmm.
that on me. Maybe that was a user error on my end. But
Right.
the big stir up and all this and being insensitive and all that kind of stuff, it just didn't hit me that way. Now I am an
Mm,
entertainer, I am a creator, so maybe my lens is different. I'm looking at it from a creative lens, and maybe in that I didn't really catch on to the big stuff. It doesn't mean I can see that when there was the therapy line, and it was kind of like, especially in today's day and age, because everybody's in therapy in today's day and
mhm.
age, because we need to try and keep a grip on everything that's happening. So I understand the sensitivity around that. And then the prices being high, and
Mhm.
just this whole, elitist as far as classism and stuff. I understand. I'm not saying there
Yeah.
isn't validity there. That's just not what popped out at me immediately. I just watched it. I saw a commercial. It just was Mariah being Mariah, and I didn't really it didn't hit me that way, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't there. Again, I'll blame me on that. Maybe I had my artist lens on, I didn't have my social commentary lens on, or whatever. So I can understand, but it didn't hit me that way. The Beyonce thing, they've been coming for Beyonce too, but for
Wow.
Beyonce, the complaints seem to be more about, it's not only the high prices, but
Mhm.
it's the quality concerns. And I had heard that before, actually. I had
Right.
actually heard that from a friend of mine who is a huge Beyonce fan, and had gotten some stuff. And she had said that this was before this, like that had been
Right.
a concern. The
Right.
printing issues, service and customer service problems. But like the poor quality in how stuff was printed on the shirts, and these seems to be ongoing themes when she drops the merch. So for
Mhm.
the Beyonce thing, that was for me. I don't have a Beyonce shirt. I'm not going to get a Cowboy Carter shirt. Love you, B.
Right.
I really, really do.
He
Um,
does. Yeah, does.
Fist in the air, the whole thing. But I'm just not going to get a Cowboy Carter shirt. I'm not going to be wearing one. So
Absolutely.
I personally can't speak to that, but I have heard that before. So with the Beyonce, it was more specific. It was like, how are you going to charge all these prices when the quality isn't matching the brand of Beyonce? So
Right.
that one's a little different. I can kind of see why there would be frustration on that, because I know that if you're going to pay a pretty penny to get a Beyonce, you get Beyonce merch. So
Absolutely. Guys, so people are in a uproar about a mother of four who was S hot in KILL, the rest, after she attempted to enter the wrong house. She was actually a house cleaner, and the house that she was supposed to enter was behind the house. So she's, trying to use the key to get in, and then, the owner of the house took her life. Unfortunately, she died in her husband's arms. I can't even imagine the trauma that he is actually dealing with right now. Um, they are not pressing charges
hmm,
on him because in Indiana, there is a stand your ground law. If you feel that someone is trying to enter your home unlawfully. And so people are pissed. Now, let me give you her name because when I give you her name, it says enough. Her name is Maria Florinda
mm,
Rios Perez de Velasquez,
mm,
a mother of four,
mm,
a wife, getting up and going to work
mm,
to do her job. She made a mistake. The house was behind the house. Who wouldn't get confused? And this person, she was no threat. Now, if she had got into the house, at that point, she's the threat. But she didn't get into the house, but yet her life was taken and she was, through the door that they did that. So I don't know all the ins and outs of that law, and that's probably why charges have not been brought up to this person. And if anybody knows the laws for Indiana, please let us know. But our world is starting to become so inhumane, so inhumane. Can you imagine your four children, mom and dad went to work honorably, just trying to do what they needed to do. And now your children come home with a father who is distraught mentally, to have to tell your kids, mom is never coming home. They are currently right now trying to raise money for her burial. She was from Guatemala and they want to send her body back to her family, guys. So if there's anything that you can do, research her GoFundMe, make sure it's legit, and please donate to this family who was just out trying to work and unfortunately went to the wrong house. And I encourage everyone, I tell my mother this all the time, do not park in people's driveways. Just don't do it. You driving Lyft, you doing DoorDash, just stay out of people's driveways because let this be an example. Some people are just waiting for their moment. They're waiting for their moment because they know because of certain laws they may be protected. So rest in peace, sweetheart. Condolences to her husband, her family, to
Hmm.
those beautiful children. I'm just blowing kisses and giving you hugs. I'm so sorry that this happened. And Wheezy,
There's the stand your ground. In there, is there, I just, forgive me, I could be completely naive, but just for the sake of clarity, I'm wondering where it, I'm wondering where it would have hurt to give a warning.
right.
Just wondering where would have hurt? Who is that? What are you doing?
Because then she would have knew, oh, wait a minute, I'm
Hold
probably
on a
doing
second. That I just feel like that's avoidable. I feel like that's avoidable because of everything you just mentioned. Because
this.
of her having her husband having to sit there and witness not only it's one thing to witness the last breaths, period. I've had to do that. It is not the business. That's
Yeah,
one thing. But suddenly, tragically, with a WOND and the HEAD, and you have to watch that when you're literally going to work and you got four kids at home.
right.
I just feel like there could have been a little more discretion.
Yeah.
And I, would that have been the case if that was anyone? Or was it the case because, and that's terrible, right? Because then that leads to a whole nother thing. Oh, you could be baiting and all that kind of stuff. I get it. Unfortunately, in this climate that we live in the place that it was at, I don't know. It could have been innocent, could have got scared. It could have just, that could have not been the intent.
Yeah.
Maybe the intent was to be ready, got nervous, boom, so forth and so on. That could very well be the case because I always want to keep all sides open because you never know who's
Right.
on the other side of that. But
Right.
I just in these situations, I feel like hey, any kind of threat, I promise you, this wouldn't even be a story. I don't want to talk about this. This wouldn't even be a story. Because I promise you, she would have, oh, wait a minute.
Right.
Clearly, I'm at the wrong place. So I
Yeah.
just wonder, I don't know, just like you say, that inhumane part. That's what I'm tapping into. When you said
Yeah.
that inhumane part, that seems
Yeah.
inhumane to me in a way that you wouldn't even try to avoid this from being a situation. Protecting yourself, I get it. Hey, listen, somebody get in there, like you say, somebody get in there. Now, if she gets in there and it's the wrong spot, there probably still could be some measures. But if you look up and somebody in here, at that time, it's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But somebody's
Right.
trying to get in, they're not even in there. You are there and you witness that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping against hope, but that I think is why I feel like you may have said the inhumane part because I just feel like maybe there could have been a little more to avoid it. That's
Absolutely.
that's me being optimistic, but
Absolutely. Well, guys, on to some good news. One of the best rap duos in the world, and I know many people would agree with us, Outkast was honored with an induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2025. They had a lot of people actually performing. Many people was not happy with Doja Cat's
Yep.
performance. It seemed like she didn't know the words. She definitely seemed out of her element, just being honest, no disrespect, Doja. Tyler, the creator, absolutely killed it.
Murder.
And then Janelle Monáe did Hey Now. So just congratulations to one of the baddest duos out there. And my God, if they would go on tour, I believe it would sell out.
Listen, so this here, Outcast for me is it's beyond we're beyond GOAT status here. Like we have these I have these conversations all the time between certain groups and whatever. And Outcast is always, especially if we're talking about a duo. Now, if we're talking about different groups, I wouldn't put Outcast in a same category as like an NWA simply because there was different members of groups. But as far as duos, outcasts, I'm going to name some groups that you guys probably don't know, but Outcast, but that were popular in the time that Outcast was getting started. Outcast, Mob Deep, MOP, those kind of groups. Above the Law, Outcast, Tribe Called Quest, even though that's a three-person group, but I would still put them in that. Gangstar, Outcast. Because Outkast, because Andre made the decision to kind of step away from music, I just don't think people fully realize how enormous of an act Outkast was.
Yeah.
Like how big Outkast was. All of the groups, all of the artists, sorry, y'all, I had to do a little login stuff real quick. All of the artists now that do a certain brand of music, and mind you, Ye should get his credit. Kanye should get his credit, all the things. But Outkast jumped off all of that stuff.
Mhm.
Tribe Called Quest led the way for Outkast. And then Outkast took it and I mean, the stuff that they did is Beatles like as far as experimentation in music, stretching the sonic ear in hip hop to what we listen to now. The influence is beyond. I mean, people for I would if they would go on tour. I know Andre's not going to go on tour, but Andre 3000, I'm telling you, because Big Boy's down. If you ever go on tour, you'll be reminded how enormous people forget how big Outkast was. I had to take this to one of my friends because he was like, "Oh, they were cool." And I'm like, "No, you don't understand. Go look at the records. Outkast was an enormous group, and for them to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I just that's literally one of my I chase Outcast in a lot of ways with respect to how I approach music sonically, as a writer, as a composer, as a producer, as a vocalist. I chase a lot of the things that they already put down.
Yeah.
The performances were off the chain. I'm wondering what the Doja Cat choice was. Whose choice was that? Because it just didn't fit. It
Yeah.
just didn't fit. No disrespect to you, baby girl, but it didn't fit. Even when she was singing the chorus parts, that didn't fit. I know she didn't know the words at all because that wasn't her element. Tyler and it's not about age because Tyler and Doja Cat are probably the same age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not an age thing, but
Yeah.
Tyler was a perfect choice. He was a
Yeah.
perfect choice. He was a perfect, and he murdered it. He
He
murdered
showed
that.
vested. Yeah. He
Good
showed vested.
night. He murdered it. Janelle Monáe. Well, Janelle Monáe kills everything.
Right.
So let's just start there. And she did it again. I mean, she went all the way, all in the crowd and doing all the kind.
Yeah.
Janelle is like the Busta Rhymes of singers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when she performs, she's go all out. But I just want to know what the selection was with Doja Cat because there was a lot of other people you could have selected. You know what I'm saying? Who could have fit that mold a lot better
Yeah.
than Doja Cat. Again, no diss to you, Doja Cat, but it wasn't, you can tell that wasn't your thing. You
Right.
got called to do it. It's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's a good act, but you could tell that wasn't your bag. And there was
Yeah.
plenty of others that they could have called on. I wish I had some people come to mind. I mean, SZA comes to mind, but that's an easy one. I'm trying to think of others. There's plenty of others that they could have called that would have murdered that. And
Yeah.
I'm curious about what made them choose Doja Cat, but huge shout out to Outkast. Everybody that knows me
Yeah.
knows how enormous of a fan of Outkast I am. I got a chance to see Andre 3000 do his flute thing in Atlanta at Piedmont Park last year.
Yeah.
Super shout out. Beyond deserving. There's not enough adjectives to describe the greatness of that group.
Absolutely. And from a reality standpoint, Wendy Williams, again, Wendy Williams does not have dementia. What she probably was experiencing, as people know, she's had problem with drinking, and maybe some of her memory was just being impacted because her health wasn't in the best shape. It's amazing when you are healthy, how clear and how better you feel, and how your brain is actually clear. So I'm happy to report that she does not have dementia, and hopefully things will turn around for her ASAP. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Wendy. And I know a lot of people don't like Wendy, but a lot of people are doing what Wendy did, and she did it way back when. Also, from a reality standpoint, Kris Jenner had a party and everybody was there. Unfortunately, the cops got called because obviously the party was off the chain. They got called once, saying that the music was too loud. And then also, I think they had to move like a shrub or something, out of the way. But happy birthday to Kris Jenner. People are saying they don't know what doctor she's using, but whatever doctor she's using, they're like, great job. Could be a doctor, it could be a good makeup artist. I'm not sure, but they said everybody was there from Beyonce and Jay and Mark Wahlberg and the Bezos. I mean, it was a really who's who. And I think a lot of people do like Kris Jenner. She's worked very hard to create a platform for her children. And so happy birthday to you, Kris Jenner. And wow, you have anything regarding reality?
I didn't know Kris Jenner was a Scorpio. Shout out.
I'm not surprised. As hard as she
Yeah,
works.
actually makes sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure everybody was there. Prince, Meghan Markle, and
Yeah,
Harry
she was
were
there.
there.
Yeah.
Um,
I heard they were told to delete pictures of her. I don't know if
yeah,
that
I
was
saw
correct.
that too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's Kris Jenner, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I wish that I will say this real quick on the side, and then we'll move on. I wish with the work. So first of all, it's phenomenal work. They have phenomenal work. Let's start there. I know there's expectation, but they get the best work. You got the best people working on you. I
Yeah.
wish Chloe never felt the need to have to do that. I wish she just stayed who she was.
Yeah.
I've always felt that. Once you started getting all the work done, it really just looked like them. Like you were kind of
Yeah.
your own little bag. I just wish she didn't feel the need to do that because I saw a couple of pictures with her and I was just like, Chloe, you're just not, that's not, you know what I mean? I just felt wish she didn't feel the need to have to do that. So anyway,
Absolutely. And they put a lot of pressure on women out here. They really do. So I definitely understand the why, but I also agree with you too. It would be so good if people would allow people to be themselves and praise people for their natural, beautiful selves. And so, yeah, I agree with you guys. So we're going to go into our inspirational quote for the week. So, inspirational quote for the week. I am not a pro at this. I don't know if Aunt Wow is, but the inspirational quote is authenticity is not easy when you care for others. Again, authenticity is not easy when you care for others. From your very own Lisa Renee. And I really feel that in order to have the best life that you possibly have, you have to be authentic to yourself, but it's not easy when you care for others. And so it's difficult for me to be authentic in this situation, but I'm going to have to because for my sake, it's wasting my time and I don't have time actually to waste. And so I would encourage everybody, try to walk into your authenticity, your life will be so much better when you're at peace and at zen. And this doesn't mean that you're rude and you're nasty to people. It just means sometimes you have to state the obvious because you have to do the right thing for you. Aunt Weezy? So I just want to encourage everybody, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It is our birthday. So we would love if you guys drop a birthday message in the comment because I so many of you guys watch us. Um, and I know I need to do from a business standpoint, guys, I'll talk to some of my business mind people. When you are building a YouTube, we'll just kill some time into Aunt Wow collects his thoughts. When you are building a YouTube, you have to decide, do you want to use Google's um, campaigns or do you want to use YouTube campaigns? I would say that YouTube campaigns are extremely good when you're just trying to build traffic. But if you are trying to create engagement, I would encourage you to use Google, right? You want to create a campaign that's going to go at the minimum for like 2 weeks, and that will generate more comments and things of sort, so that you can have an engaged community that you can interact with. So just keep that in mind. I had a lot of people because I'm at this convention out in Miami or Miami. Um, and so a lot of people was asking me about my YouTube channel and, and how did I grow it? And, when you're doing a business, you learn as you go. You're going to bump your head, you're going to try different things, you're going to make some mistakes. All of those things are important when it comes to growing a business. But the most important thing you have to do is you got to take action. You just got to take action. You want to start a YouTube channel? Just do it, right? Don't wait on it. Don't overthink it. Don't try to make yourself perfect because nobody wants the perfect version of you. People just want you at the end of the day. Going back to the quote about authenticity is not easy when you care for others. That is what YouTube is all about. I would say even TikTok. TikTok is big on authenticity, whereas I would say Facebook and Instagram, these are more things that are created and staged, for a lot of people. Not that people are not being authentic on those channels, but I would say that YouTube is definitely the platform for you to build authenticity, guys. So I don't know, and wow, I don't know if he's okay or not. But guys, we're gonna go wrap up here because I am not feeling good at all. So I do apologize. Also my hotel, let me tell y'all this little quick story. My hotel, they upgraded me, but they gave me a huge bid for upgrading me for my birthday. But then the daggone hotel ain't have a daggone desk in the room. What the heck? And Aunt Wild said the same thing happened to him and his girlfriend. They went to a hotel, got an upgrade, but didn't have a desk in the room. And it's crazy because this room has ample space for a desk. So the fact that they don't have a desk makes no sense to me at all. So I just don't know economically if things are just changing, they are just going in another direction or whatever. But if you do need to work kind of like me, y'all know I travel a lot. I would definitely ask and make sure that they have a desk so you don't have to have your laptop while you're trying to do a professional show. But it's probably good. I will say I am glad I'm in the bed because I'm not feeling my best. And so just laying in the bed is making me extremely comfortable. And that's really good too, as well, guys.
So, yes, authenticity is not easy when you care for others. Wow, that's a tricky one. That is a tricky one. Authenticity is not easy when you care for others. Yeah, I can see the validity in that. I can see why that's a thing because when you care for others, there's compromises that you have to do within yourself to make sure that you are appeasing those others that are close to you, right? The biggest part of I didn't figure out the fear of that fear of success. I didn't figure out what that meant. It took me a long time. I just figured that out within the last year, year and a half. Like I've always said, oh, there's a fear of failure and then there's a fear of success. And I never understood that. But I began to understand that because what that means is if you are truly committed to that path of success within yourself and you're willing to make these changes within you, a lot of times that doesn't align with the people that are the closest to you. That's just the reality of the game. A lot of the times, the biggest resistance you will get are from the people that are the closest to you. And so then as a result, then you have to make certain decisions. If they don't align with the path that you're going on, and if they are resistant to that path that you're on because it doesn't align with them in a certain way and their level of contentment that they have, then when you make certain decisions and you choose you over that situation, then you run the risk of losing the people that are closest to you because those are the people that are going to be impacted the most by you making certain decisions regarding the path that you want to go on. And that path that you want to go on that's going to truly fulfill you inside is going to be the most authentic path. So I can kind of understand where the validity of that quote. That's actually a very deep quote. Authenticity is not easy when you care for others. I actually get that. So, but thank you for tuning in to Another Mother, episode 42. Happy birthday, Lisa Renee. Happy birthday, Aunt Wild. Happy birthday, Candace Ann Wilder, my sister, all the other Scorpios. Super duper shout out to my boy Beat Up and Cedar, Craig Allen, and Brian Anthony's dad. Pops, super duper, rest in paradise to Big Charles Williams, Big Will, because him, and Lisa Renee, we all share the same birthday in November 13th. So super duper shout out and shout out to all the Scorpios. Scorpio season is in the building. Thank you for tuning in every Friday. You know what it is. Official Lisa Renee on YouTube, The Real Ant Wild on YouTube. See y'all next week. Peace.
So anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are about to turn up for our birthday. We just thank you from the bottom of my heart, for the views, for the likes, for the previous weeks that you guys have, been watching. We are so grateful and we appreciate you. And if you're new to our channel, welcome to Another Mother. I am Lisa Renee. I am the executive producer of Another Mother, and I do this with my business partner, Aunt Wow. We've been friends for over 20 years, done too many projects to name. And so we created the show, Another Mother, talking about trending topics, but we try to do them in a positive way because our job is not to put people down. Our job is to uplift people. And we know that that's not always positive, but we're going to stand on good and not bad. And we are not going to change that. Anyway, guys, God bless you. We will see you next week every Friday at 9 a.m. Bye, y'all. Bye.